No Woman, No Cry. My name is Vander Puchert, and this is Finding Frequency. The streets were covered with people last night. Wow. Not even the cold, the pandemic, or anything else, or threat of violence. There was even some football hooligans out in the streets last night. Not even they could have stopped a whole bunch of women taking to the streets to express their dismay in the upcoming law that they want to pass here in Poland. A lot can be said about it, but I'm very proud of what has been done or what's happening here in Poland. And what I spoke about earlier this week about all these separate little lights, a huge light shone last night. So, wow, much respect to everybody who took to the streets, men and women. And yeah, we are still waiting to see if it's going to have an impact or a change in the legislation. So many complications, so many people speaking out from both sides. And it's funny enough, like a lot of even the most conservative people are standing up and adding their voice to support females going out and saying we have the right to choose. We don't have to have laws to help us guide some of the important decisions that we have to make in our lives. We don't have or need a government to do that. We can make our own decisions. And I support that. Um, so why did I start off with No Woman, No Cry? I've seen it in a few of the posters, and that's something that is quite interesting on how creative people are getting with some of the messages. So in Polish, cry is country. So no woman, no country, no cry. And of course, if you know, it's a play on words of an old Bob Marley song. So this is just one of many of these messages that we've seen. And funny, Marta and I went into the city today to pick up some food, and we just took a walk through the streets. Haven't been to Warsaw for such a long time, and how should I call it, the tracks. So when you walk in the bush in Africa, you always try and see and find tracks of animals everywhere, and there was definitely tracks all over Warsaw, lightning bolts painted everywhere, messages spray painted on the tar roads, on the main roads. So they came, they saw, they left their mark. I hope it's a lasting mark, a mark that's going to make some difference here and perhaps bring some light back into this really dreary situation. But yeah, we're talking about the extraordinary. So what was the extraordinary? Francie's still not back yet. He might only come back on Tuesday, I understand. He's having a good time in the countryside with Granny. The update we got today, because we get several updates during the day, is that he was feeding chickens and driving a tractor because they're very close to a farm, and one of his good friends now, Rizalka, she lives on the farm, and her dad Helmut took Francie around today to go and meet all the farm animals and do some farming. So perhaps Francie found his future wife, and he might be a farmer one day. That might mean that I'll end up living in a barn. Who knows? Further, spent some time with Marta today. She's actually next door now in the bathroom, sitting with candles, having just a good time, chatting to people from her little bath. So she's relaxing and just getting re energized after a long week of doing lots of work, lots of pressure. And yeah, I'm still super proud of her. She kicked some ass. And yeah, we went out today and spent a little time together. Went to a small farm just outside Warsaw. We were a little bit late. It's like a little farmer's market with fresh vegetables and baked goods. And might I add, very good coffee. At least the coffee was still there. So I had a good cup of coffee there, and not too many people out there. And then, of course, in the back of our minds, this whole COVID situation is still ongoing. One of Marta's good friends, just around the corner here, she hasn't really been officially tested, but she is 99% sure she's got it, and she's got the ups and downs, like just like my sister-in-law's had, measuring. And in fact, 2 days ago, she actually phoned the ambulance. She couldn't breathe, so the ambulance came, measured her blood pressure, and said, "Nah, we don't have to take you to the hospital yet." So she managed to pass through that and is feeling a little bit better, but it's all these ups and downs. So this COVID is a reality, and it's getting closer and closer and closer to home. And it's tough. I can see Marta's travel itch is definitely there. She can't sit still. And it's difficult to keep her here and make decisions around like staying here, staying at home, trying to stay safe, and perhaps also sometimes thinking about not if we're gonna get this virus, but when, because yeah, this is, I don't know if we're gonna be able to control it, but we can make preparations. So we are trying our best, but not feeling negative about this at all. Had a good day, and now we're just hanging out on the couch, and let's see what happens tomorrow. I hope it contains at least one good cup of coffee. And same for you. Try and find that little bit of extraordinary in this darkness. Sometimes it's difficult, but keep on chipping away at it. Cool. Thanks for listening.